All right, real quick, because we got to get into the pay-per-view, but 10 years ago this week, Nexus was formed, a sort of a lightning rod faction in WWE, and very much so like a supernova. They burned bright, but they died young. And I just wanted to sort of put it out to you. What do you think Nexus's legacy in WWE is? And, I think the thing that jumps out is obviously it was Daniel Bryan's, Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan's into the WWE to really jumpstart, almost abort, but then re-kickstart his career in WWE. And obviously he is, one of the greats. I look at Wade Barrett, so much talent. I remember looking at him back then, and it's like, this is a top guy. And, injuries beset a lot of his career, but he was a super talent. I mean, there's just so many guys in that group that, had an immense talent with Ryback and Heath Slater and stuff, PJ Black. I like Michael Tarver, the guy who was wearing the face mask before COVID. He was ahead of his time. But one of the things that's maybe an unfortunate part of Nexus's legacy is I think it's the one time. And look, I'm a huge John Cena fan.
Yeah.
But I think it's the one time where maybe his detractors have a little bit of an argument that I don't know. Look, it's not Cena's call; it's Vince's call. But they made the wrong call in having Cena essentially bury Nexus.
Yeah. For anyone out there who maybe wants a quick little history lesson on Nexus, shout out to our boy Brian Zane with Wrestling with Regret. He did a video a few years ago, just kind of the whole history of Nexus. And so it's a good way to kind of sum it up if you kind of forgot about their whole existence. But yeah, I'm with you. I think it was just like the potential was there, and I don't think it fully lived up to the hype. Obviously, there was a lot of factors in that, especially just considering how big the group was and everyone involved. At the time, I remember watching it, and I got really excited because I always love invasion angles, going back to us as kids watching NWO. So anytime I see an invasion angle, I'm thinking, ooh, is this the new version of like the NWO type of invasion going on here? And I didn't know at the time too much about these guys, who they were. It was kind of the beginning of the NXT brand kicking off. It was more like a game show, right? Like week to week, it was like American Gladiators type of games and other stuff going on. But really, it was a mix. It was a bunch of guys from FCW being called up every week, paired up with a veteran and going through these challenges. So it's not fully the NXT that we've come to know today. But at the time, I was like, okay, some fresh talent. All right, this is the next generation of superstars that we can cheer on for years to come. And yeah, the potential was there, and there was a lot of them that stood out. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Unfortunately, yeah, the invasion angle kind of burnt out pretty fast. As you said, Cena kind of just dominated over them single-handedly at that. Was at SummerSlam, I want to say it was. Yeah. It was like 7-on-7. Daniel Bryan came back and was like the mystery opponent. With the rumor has it, supposedly Cena changed the booking. I think the original ending or booking was supposed to be Nexus winning and continue their dominance, but John Cena last minute changed the booking for him to win.
I know that is the urban legend.
Okay, against the wishes of Edge and Chris Jericho. Maybe that's something next time we talk to Chris Jericho, we can ask him.
I know that is the sort of the popular sort of urban legend, but the person that has to sign off on it is Vince McMahon and the creative team, and they did. And whether John Cena lobbied for it or not, obviously, look, it was the wrong call. And it hurt the long-term staying power of the group. And then what further hurt it were also just the, what people don't talk about is just the very nonsensical booking decisions that followed it in terms of CM Punk leading Nexus, the Core, which was just an absolute, just not good. So it's like, it wasn't just that, but that was really the unfortunate all too soon beginning of the end for Nexus.
And we'll also remember John Cena, his job was on, or his career was on the line, and he lost, said goodbye. But then the next few weeks, he still showed up every week and was beating them up. So he never really actually went away. And then like 3 weeks later, Barrett gave him his job back because he was tired of Nexus getting beat up or whatever. And then it led to like the Survivor Series match. And then like at one point, he won the Cena won the tag titles with Nexus, but then had to forfeit to another member. So it was just like Cena was constantly at the hip with Nexus. So Nexus was never really able to grow or do more dominance within WWE because it always had this continuous storyline with Cena. And so I was kind of hoping, yeah, they kind of go on a tear and like win all the belts. You know, very similar to NWO. They kind of dominated the whole brand for a while. And so, yeah, Nexus never really took off. And as you said, like, I think Barrett had the match with Randy Orton. And, oh, no, that's the one where Cena, yeah, it was the ref. And that's where he lost his job. But anyway, I'm just saying, it never reached its true potential of like this badass stable that like dominated, had all the titles, and just was ran shop for WWE. So nonetheless, I mean, as you said, they all kind of branched off. Some did some good things, some didn't, some faded away. So,
my lasting image is like when Cena released all those chairs on top of Wade Barrett.
yes,
it's like literally burying the guy.
Yeah,
it's
a metaphor there.
Not a great look, but you know what? Happy 10-year anniversary to the Nexus. It could have been what could have been. You know, the Daryl Strawberry of WWE factions. Oh, what could have been. And some of them turned out to have really good careers, and others are still going too. So we wish them well to realize that potential.